Hey Libra, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to Lady of the Unknown Oracle. My name is Sophie. If you are new here, I hope you find today's reading useful. If you're returning, I'm sending you all of my love. I am grateful to have you here with me. If you've been following me for a while, I've included a brief life update in the description box below. Video will be coming soon. This reading is for any and all Libra placements, so please take this reading as it resonates. Since this is a general reading, it will not resonate for everyone. If you find that today's reading does, though, you can find the link to the extended reading in the description box below, along with information about the reading schedule and my personal reading availability. This reading can be applied to any and all situations, including love, career, and personal growth. And without further ado, Libra, let's go ahead and get into it. So right off the bat, as I was doing your pre-shuffle, okay, I asked for a little guidance on what your situation is consisting of. I got the star, so you could be connecting with an Aquarius. I also got the Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So it looks like for many of you, this could be a situation where you are asking about, you're trying to figure out exactly what the long-term possibilities can be within a partnership, all right? Whether there's a new start on the horizon or not. Could also be for some of you whether someone is interested enough in you to have a partnership or if they are occupied in something else. If this is love, for those of you where this is work and career, it could have something to do with a partnership with another person, and generally whether you will continue working with this person. Perhaps this is a question of whether you want to continue working with the same team. Again, take it as it resonates. Underneath the deck, we have the Four of Wands. So for some, this is a marriage. This is family, celebration, pregnancy, the birth of a new idea, right? That first milestone, your first success at work, not the promotion per se, but achieving that very crucial skill required to make yourself eligible for a promotion, securing an opportunity of some kind. Let's see. There is some lack of fulfillment, it looks like, Libra. Something may not have panned out the way you thought it was going to. Okay, you've been playing it very safe. You've been playing it very, very safe, or someone here has. But this is uncharted territory for you. Coming up is going to be a feeling of overwhelm. A feeling of overwhelm. Now, ultimately, you are going to reach the peak happiness that you can get here. So you're starting out with the Eight of Cups, but you're finishing here in the outcome with the Ten of Cups. Okay, so in between, there will be a need to balance, to juggle multiple responsibilities, priorities, but ultimately, you will bridge this gap. Some of you could be connecting with a Cancer, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Now, let me clarify what's coming in. Some of you could be losing a friend in this process, but gaining new ones. I'm seeing a Leo here, I'm seeing a Capricorn here, I'm seeing a Gemini here. Especially in the outcome. Especially in the outcome. Be careful with friends. I'm getting for some of you a friend who you're expecting a payback from is not reliable. They don't have enough money. Not like they said they would. They're trying to juggle something. They're trying to pick it back up. There is effort here. But if your relationship to this person is tied to whether or not they have enough money or can provide stability financially, I am seeing that you have to be very careful with that, because someone will feel rejected, isolated. They're not going to be able to meet that standard. Okay? All right, Libra, let's get started with your reading. I just felt the need to lay that out for some of you. Okay? So, starting out, you have the Eight of Cups. So, this is a feeling of not having everything you need emotionally, being dissatisfied, walking away from something or someone. You've spent a lot of time on this. You've sacrificed a lot. You've lost a lot. In whatever this is, the idea of walking away from this or continuing forward is a very difficult decision, because you are leaving something of value behind, whether that is a way of being, the way you have always been in situations similar to these, you are having to leave that behind, or in order to hold on to your integrity, you are leaving something that is asking you to change behind because you are not willing to do that. You are making the executive decision to move in a direction that is more fulfilling to you in the long run, because this has definitely been investment, whatever it's been. In your block, you have the Seven of Cups. There's confusion here. For some of you, this indicates being spoiled for choice, right? You have so many options, you really don't know what would be the best option. You have so many. For some of you, this is about being overwhelmed. The options are great, sure, but it's a lot. Where do I go from here? In what direction? Yeah, it's great to have multiple options, but what good does having options do if I don't know what is in the cups? At what point does having options mean that you're making an actual decision if you have no information? Right, Libra? Because you are justice, right? That is your energy. You make choices. You are objective. You work and make your decisions based on fact. So what do you do when the indicators that are telling you to change course are heavily based in emotion or assumptions, right? What do you do when there's not enough information on the table? And that's what I'm seeing here. Because there is something, I pulled some clarifiers, there is something around, something in the circumstances that's requiring you to make a really important decision, because this is your energy with the Queen of Swords. For some of you, this is someone that you are connecting with. I'm getting for some of you, this is the person you divorced from or separated from recently. But look at all of this, you can't see. There's something blocking your vision. The two of Swords indicates overthinking something, but the only reason you're overthinking it is because it feels more productive than doing nothing. The path for you is in some ways blocked off. Now, the best case scenario in the situation is that you are able to take a break from this. You are able to heal from this. Remember that the Four of Swords is coming right out of the Three of Swords energy, which indicates a very painful situation, a painful truth, heartbreak for some, separation. So the best case scenario is that whatever energy is difficult and challenging right now, you are going to have time to break away. For some of you, I'm getting this as a vacation, some time off. All right. For others of you, this is just the quiet after the storm. You get to do some mental, emotional housekeeping and not think so much. Calmness, tranquility. Now, the reason it's all happening could be because of an air sign you were connecting with, a Libra, Aquarius, a Gemini. This indicates some information that might have been found out, a message that you received from someone who maybe didn't realize what that information would have done to you. The Page of Swords can be somewhat of a gossiper. They don't know how to wield their sword. They are a page. They are still learning. Okay, so this person may have been harsh. They didn't know how to properly say what they were saying. This could have been someone who likes to bend the truth. A white lie is what I'm getting for some of you. A little bit of a manipulator, not maliciously. Someone who thought that that's just the way you communicate. All right. The reason it's all happening could be either this person or, in some ways, Libra, this may have been you. Misconstruing information. Okay, misconstruing information, misunderstanding what certain communications meant. This could be emails for some of you, texts. It could also be investigations. You might have been looking for something, finding information, but it wasn't the full picture. That's what I'm seeing here. It wasn't the full picture. It was, to some degree, cherry picking. Like, you walked into this situation with a narrative you were already building up in your mind, and finding this information confirmed it for you. That's not to say that you were wrong, okay? But always keep in mind that when you are fighting to piece together a picture that you don't have all the pieces to fill, you could be missing something really important here. So if you are looking to make a decision about long-term goals, it is not right or responsible to make a long-term decision without all the facts, without all the information. So don't jump the gun, right? Don't jump the gun. It is up to you whether or not you do that, Libra. If this resonates, then you kind of understand that what I'm saying kind of goes hand in hand with what you've been struggling with in terms of the decision that you need to make, but that you're not sure you're actually making in the way you would like with all the information. Okay, now in the recent past, you had the Four of Pentacles, which usually talks about saving money for some, but more than anything, it's about holding on to what you have to such a degree. It's protective energy, but it's also smothering energy. So whether this is you or someone that you were connecting with, this is very, very, very limiting time, energy, money. This is not letting something go. This is holding on to it at all costs, to the point where you're not even opening up to anything new, right? You're keeping it, it's freeze framed. There's no growth happening here. So if this is career for some of you, this is holding on to the same job where you're not experiencing growth, but you've stuck yourself in a situation where you could leave, right? You could leave an opportunity, you could leave the job where you have basically hit a ceiling, but you don't want to. So you're stuck literally in this weird Groundhog Day daily routine, not growing, but also not leaving, right? Same thing with a relationship. If this is love or dating, what have you, a friendship, things are freeze framed. It's not growing. If anything, it's stunted, but you are also not opening yourself up to receiving anything new. And so this is, the Four of Pentacles is usually that slow decline, because after the Four comes the Five, which talks about rejection, and you do have that coming into your near future. So Four of Pentacles, just beware, be self-aware, okay? Be aware of any type of smothering energy that might be present here. Now, coming in, you have the Two of Pentacles, which is a balancing act. Trying to make time for multiple people, multiple responsibilities, multiple tasks, okay? You're trying to make this work, whatever this is. You're trying to make it work. Now, after the Two comes the Three of Pentacles, which indicates needing a team. So whatever it is you're managing right now, Libra, it can't be done alone. You're trying to do it alone, okay? And it does look at some point you're going to need an extra hand, but try not to base, this is a complicated reading, Libra. I'm getting a lot of different things. Try not to base your expectations, your need for help from people. Try not to base it too much on what they can offer in terms of energy, money, time. It looks to me like if you need assistance here, what you're looking for mostly is support, emotional support, friendship. It feels to me like even if you do have connections with people, they're not the right people. They're not the right people, okay? What it looks like to me is that to do well or to get ahead of the situation, you don't need someone to do the work per se. You need them to care. You need them to care, right? Now, for some of you where this is money, again, there's a feeling here of someone not being able, it's like there's an expectation that if someone cares, they're going to have the money for you, or if they care, they're going to support you, or if they care, they're going to, that relationship doesn't exist here. Okay, again, take this as it resonates. If this does not sound like your situation, then the reading is not for you, okay? But that relationship that's being built here between whether someone can provide and their love for you, that does not exist here. I'm seeing someone with a lot of love and a lot of friendship and connection. They just don't have means. But that is in no way reflecting their affections and or just their respect, I guess, in some ways for what you bring to the table. Now, on some level, I'm getting that there could be an individual who you feel like has disrespected you because they are trying to leverage your money in a way that you did not approve of. And so you question their love for you or their friendship with you, like they're using you. Okay, is what's coming in, almost like a suspicion that someone is not appreciative. Okay, and it feels like you're trying to make sense of that. But I'm getting that there is nothing to make sense of. What you see is what you get. What you see is what you get here. So if there's somebody who is using you for money and you can tell that when it comes down to the friendship, they're never there for you, then that is exactly what it is. But if you see someone who is always trying to be there but just doesn't have the means, that also is what it is. Both things can exist together. You can want something and not have the things that you need to give to it to nurture it. That is absolutely possible. To want but not have. So be careful here, Libra. Now, how you see yourself is the Fool. Okay, you could be connecting with an Aries. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, this reading feels very clouded. Like I almost feel like I'm here with you, Libra. I almost feel like I'm here with you because this is it's not clear cut. There are a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of moving pieces. This is a very complex situation. There could be multiple people involved, but I'm not seeing that primarily. With the Fool energy here and how you see yourself, this is taking a leap of faith, trusting something, believing in something bigger, believing in the unknown, trusting it, taking a risk is what you see yourself like you're taking a risk. You have no idea what lies beyond. You're trying though to just believe that whatever is happening, it's worth the risk. Now, what's in the environment is the Eight of Swords. You or someone you're connecting with in the situation is feeling very insecure, very trapped, stunted. Remember with the Eight of Swords, this is about self-inflicted pause, self-inflicted pain, insecurities that don't really exist, okay? There is a way out. There is a way out of this. You are not doomed to this feeling of being stuck forever. You can come out of this. It's just painful and it requires you to look at the truth, even though it might be painful. But you can move out of this. You can move out of this state. If you're connecting with another person, they are dealing with a lot in their lives, a lot in their own mind about the same situation. They're feeling very insecure, very tied up I'm getting tied up. L, J, M, Louis, Julia, Mimi, Zach, Blair, Andrew, Philip. I'm getting names. The fear is putting time and energy into something that isn't working. Or maybe you're fighting so hard that you're rejecting something you don't want to reject. Possibly even losing energy before you finish. Now, ultimately, Libra, you're gonna feel fulfilled. Okay, it feels like a winding road. It feels like a winding road. 10 of Cups is fulfillment. Now, I feel the need to tell you to just be a little careful. It looks to me like you are going to bust out of an otherwise painful mindset. This is a mindset. All right, involving another person, involving work. I think that if it is work related, it has something to do with the people with whom you work, not bosses per se. Maybe you're the boss. You know, there's a need to relate to people. Now, with the Sun, you could be connecting with a Leo. With the Devil, you could be connecting with a Capricorn, and with the Lovers, you could be connecting with a Gemini. For love, you are moving into a situation, ultimately, with this person that has a lot of attraction. There's the potential for growth. There is a deep bond of friendship that will be culminating at this point. They could still be attached to something, an addiction, an obsession, an old relationship, or you. Okay? Someone here could be working too much. Again, take it as it resonates. For others of you, this is about finding a way to make your job worth it. And in so doing, you do become happier at work. There is a decision here that you make in terms of staying in your job, despite some hangups you might have about the workplace environment, the people with whom you work, a person in particular, a team in particular, a department in particular, some aspect of your work life. The Devil energy is kind of wedged between the Sun and the Lovers, which tells me it's not evident. It's tricky to identify. This attachment is going to fade into the background of your decision, but it's going to remain. So even in spite of the 10 of Cups, a union, a family, a marriage, having a child, finding a way to stay at that job, moving into a new job, there is a Devil energy here that stays with you. You have overwhelmingly good cards, okay? Good energy here. But the Devil is sneaky. The Devil is sneaky. So if you're trying to escape Devil energy by moving into a new cycle of a different thing, this is telling me that you are not eliminating the problem by changing the outer appearance of something. It remains. The Devil energy remains until you deal with it. Escaping it does nothing but drag it into the new phase with you. Okay? This is choice. Normally I save this for the extended Libra, but I don't know. This is a very complex reading. The block here with the 7 of Cups, you have the Ace of Wands and the 2 of Wands. Energy for a choice. Energy for a choice, exactly like we said. What's this Devil energy? Releasing something you know already about it. There's something you know here, Libra. There's something that you already know. It's almost like you're pretending that it's not as bad as it seems. What's this Five of Pentacles? The Nine of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. Putting too much energy into work or feeling like you're not working enough, right? Clarifying the Five of Pentacles, not working enough, working to the bone, not having time for relationships, friendships, trying to make it work, but really in some ways kind of shooting yourself in the foot here, working on a relationship, but you can't because you don't have enough time, enough energy, something else is involved. Maybe someone you're connecting with is involved otherwise. Clarifying the Four of Pentacles, we have the Seven of Swords and Judgment. You're trying to bring something with you, Libra. You're trying to bring something with you into the future. You're trying to bring it all with you. You can't, though. You can't. Seven of Swords. So traditional Rider-Waite Seven of Swords shows somebody walking away with 5 swords in their hand but dropping 2. They try, but they can't. Okay? There's something maybe... And I only say that because you have the Four of Pentacles. So it's not like you're trying to let something go. For as much as you might be telling yourself, Libra, that you are trying to let something go, you're actually not. You're not trying to let something go. You're trying to rework the situation to accommodate something that you're too afraid to let go of. Yeah? It's too painful. Yeah, you might want love. You might want all that good stuff. Or yeah, you might want that job. You might want this, that, and the third. But you're not willing to accommodate it by eliminating things in your life to create space for it. You're trying to find a way to brute force this thing you want into the context of your very crowded space. I'm going to pull some advice for you, Libra. Generally this is extended type stuff, but I feel the need to get this out. Somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to hear this, okay? Someone needs to hear this. We will go into an extended for those of you where this is love. We will do in the extended how the person feels towards you and actions they're going to take towards you. Okay, their intentions towards you and that stuff. Okay. But let me see. What is the advice here for Libra? What is the advice here for Libra, please? Could be connecting with a Sagittarius, a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. If there's a particularly well-balanced air sign, someone who's logic-minded but also incorporates emotions pretty well into their decision-making, seek them out for advice. They're a resource for you. Fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sag. Who is this? Whoever this is somebody who's familiar. This is somebody who's familiar with competition. This person is familiar with competition. This person is familiar with your conflict. When it comes to something new and having to either eliminate a priority, yeah, this person, there's somebody, Libra, who is familiar with what it means to have to let go of things in order to bring in new things. This person is an expert in risk assessment. This person understands what you're going through. Who's this King of Swords, please? Who's this King of Swords? Someone that you might be at a distance from who recently moved. Someone who you know, someone who kind of confided in you where they were going. Someone who confided in you where they were going, but that no one else really knows where they were going, I'm getting. This person's a risk taker. They might have done something in the recent past that surprised people, but it surprised people because it meant that they had to be absent. They were absent. They jumped out of something all of a sudden, but it wasn't like in a drop the mic, yeah, F you guys, I'm out of here type of vibe. It was like, yeah, I'm tired of this. Here's my resignation. Don't tell anyone when my last day of work is. I'm just going to go, or someone who just, in their relationship, a friend who's been in the same kind of situation where, not that they ghosted, but they don't babysit people's feelings. Okay, they don't babysit people's feelings. They let people make their bed. So they express what they expect, and they express their desires. But at the end of the day, they're not going to sit there and hold the person's hand. If the person says, yeah, I want to work on this, they're not going to sit with them every single day and micromanage all the little things. Where like, oh, you said that you were going to start, washing the dishes. Why haven't you washed the dishes today? This person doesn't do that. They let you make your bed. If you say something, they look to see if what you do actually aligns with what you said. And if it doesn't, they bounce. This person understands your situation. Nine of Pentacles. And they're fine. So confide in this person. This person knows what you're going through. Additional advice for folks that don't have anyone like this in mind, please. Advice for folks that don't have this. The sun keeps on coming out. Could be connecting with a Leo. Gemini. Advice, please. Make a decision, okay? The advice here, Libra, is to just make a decision. There's something here eating you up, and it doesn't have to. And if you're already in the process of seeing a decision through, give it time. Give it time. Stop forcing it to be something it's not. Stop forcing it to be something that it's not, okay? Everything in its due time. Either you decide you want to stay with it, or you can leave. Okay? But you have to make the decision whether you are okay accepting this as it is and seeing how it pans out, or if you're not okay with it, stepping away from it. But all of the stress that's coming to you by trying to bend it to your will is so damaging to you that you don't even realize nothing is actually going to come from this. It'll never grow. Let it go. Let it go. 10 of Wands. Energy that Libra should carry for the rest of the month. Energy Libra should carry for the rest of the month, please. Three of Cups. Happiness, friendship, camaraderie. You need to let loose, Libra. Okay, enjoy it. Whatever this is, if this is the end of the rope for you, if this is the end of whatever it is, if you're going to walk away from it, or something will force your separation from this, enjoy it while it lasts. It's almost like you're trying to prevent something from happening, but you can't. So if you can't control something, if you can't prevent something, if you can't make it do what you want it to do, just don't worry about the standards. Don't worry about the expectations. It's one thing to look at something and say, well, you don't meet my standards, so you don't belong. That's one thing. But then another thing is to say, sometimes one has nothing to do with the other. You can still enjoy companionship, friendship. You can enjoy people for who they are without bastardizing them for all the things that they don't provide you. Not every single person or every single situation is the entire package. And you can still enjoy what it has to offer you without letting the disappointment of it not being the whole package be everything you remember and everything you experience about it. A sucky job might suck because of the bosses, but maybe your coworkers rock. Enjoy your coworkers. Maybe, you're not studying something you particularly enjoy, right? But at the end of the day, you might like the fact that because of the course of study you're in, you've met all of these really great people. And so you enjoy your Friday night dinners with these classmates of yours, even though what you do when you're not with them low-key sucks. You know what I mean? So there's a good and a bad to every situation. Don't let what is missing be what you focus on. Enjoy what you can and let the rest go, is what I'm getting, Libra, okay? Alrighty, loves. This is actually a very different type of reading. The reason I'm pausing so much is because intuitively I'm getting hit with a lot of different storylines, but feelings. This is complex. Whoever this reading is reaching, it's a lot, and it's almost numbing. It's numbing, right? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, slow. Advice is to just keep going, even though the process is slow. All right, Libra, I'm going to go ahead and just jump into the extended, which you can find the link for in the description box below. There we are going to go into, for those who are here for love, all right? We're going to get some clarity, but we're going to go into how the person that you're connecting with feels about you, because your feelings about the situation are heavily tied into not knowing what's happening on the other side. We're going to see how the person feels, their intentions, and the most likely outcome with you and them. All right? For those of you where this is, the reading itself is pretty much what you were going through and you just want additional clarification, I will pull some more advice in the extended. Okay? A little bit more advice, and then we'll kind of take it from there. Okay, so love and advice. And if you choose to see me in the extended, I will see you there. And if not, I will see you in the next reading. Thank you so much, Libra, for letting me read for you today and connecting with your energy. And I will see you next time. I love you so much. Take care.